What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I was talking to one of my boxing buddies. He has some connects within the camp of Cotto, and this is what he told me. He says it looks like this fight obviously is not done, so just keep your fingers crossed that nothing happens. But it sounds like both guys are on track. I know HBO wants the fight. That's a fight they would definitely pay for to have on their network, rightfully so. This is a big fight, monumental type blockbuster fight. Now, what I'm hearing is this fight is going to take place at 155. Again, it's not set in stone. You know, I have to use these loose terms and stuff like that. But from what it sounds like, as far as the negotiating, I think Canelo has conceded to, as long as there's a reasonable demand, that Cotto is kind of the A side. And 155 sounds like is the ticket for this particular fight. So I want to spend a little bit of time talking about it. And I told you guys time and time again, very consistent, I don't like catchweights, period. I just don't, because it always leaves that gateway of possibilities. Oh, what if this was at this weight and all that. And I think it's a lot of, especially this generation of boxing, a lot of A side this and B side this instead of just two people knuckling up and scrapping. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I wear the pants in this relationship kind of, and that's not really what fighting's about. So again, I'm not a fan of catchweights. However, this is a big fight, and knowing that catchweights are a part of the sport nowadays, this day and age, you just gotta rock with it and accept it a bit. And I look at them on a case-by-case basis. Now, Daniel Gill, I didn't like that catchweight because Gill already didn't come into the fight with many advantages. It was in Cotto's backyard. Cotto was the champion. It's a weight he hasn't made in 8 years. He looked pretty tall and big. You know what I mean? All around, I feel Cotto would have beat him at 160, so why not just fight him at 160? You had every other advantage. It was a Rock Nation event. You were the star. You were the champion. It was in your second home of New York with your crowd. You know what I'm saying? The people who came to support you. There wasn't a bunch of Australians that flew over to New York that I know of in groups to see you fight, so why not fight at 160? However, with this fight, a little bit different. Canelo Cotto, the reason why it's passable, one, is a good fight for boxing. So I think the magnitude of the fight, if this is the only way we can get him in the ring, let's see it. You know what I mean? Because I still like the fight. Two, Canelo's last couple of fights from Angulo, Lara to Kirkland, I believe have all taken place at 155. So Canelo's big. I think Canelo's big enough where he could fight at 160. And the crazy thing is, I think Cotto probably would rather fight him at 155 than at 160. That's just my opinion because Canelo's already big. So again, with this particular situation, the reason I'm not chastising as much is just like Broner and Porter. I don't like catchweights, but Porter has never been beat down and knocked out, and he's still a bit younger. He's under 30, and you've seen what he did. And I told you that. And he even looked good at the weigh-in versus Daniel Gill, who looked like skeletal remains. You know what I mean? So people don't say, oh, why do you like catchweights now? I don't like them. I never like them. But I factor in, since they're a possibility, I factor in what the criteria is of the catchweight. And the fact is, we all know Miguel Cotto is not the biggest middleweight. We all know that Canelo is big, and he's been fighting at Canelo weight, aka 155, his last couple of fights. So again, if this is the way to get the fight done at 155, so be it. Yes, in a perfect world, I would much rather Canelo move up to 160 and face Cotto for the middleweight titles. That's the biggest hindrance. That's the thing I don't like, is that I know Cotto's middleweight titles would be up on the line, and it's like if Canelo does beat him, you beat the middleweight. And some people are going to try to get technical. Well, middleweight's technically 155 to 1. I'm talking about what we all know and appreciate as weight divisions. Welterweight, to me, you can say, oh, welterweight's technically 144 to 1. No, I'm talking about, we all know welterweight is 147. That's the standard weigh-in, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with middleweight. He's the middleweight champion. Just fight at middleweight. That's what I would prefer. But again, this is a great fight. It's a monumental fight that needs to happen. So if this is the way that they can come to terms, given the situation, it's not bad. You know what I mean? Cotto's not a huge middleweight, and Canelo's big, and he's been fighting at 155. So neither person really brings in a significant advantage in that regard at having it at 155 versus Daniel Gill versus Cotto. I think Cotto had all the other advantages, plus making Daniel Gill drop down late in his career after he just got stopped last year from Triple G. I think that gave Cotto an added advantage. I still think no matter what, he would have beat Daniel Gill. Let's be clear with that. I think no matter what, he's just the better fighter, the better skilled fighter. But I would have preferred that particular fight at the full 160. And you know what I'm saying? He probably could have stopped him, but I don't know if he would have stopped him in that exact round. I don't know if he would have won the first 3 rounds, no sweat, no, you know what I mean, like easy work. Who knows? You know what I mean? And it's neither here nor there. That fight's over. Who cares? He got past it. On to the next one. On to the future. Canelo Cotto, great fight. Let me know what you guys think of a catchweight at 155. Again, the fight is not confirmed, not official, but that is the word. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.